From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Sunday, August 7th, 2016. Silver is trading at $19.74 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,336 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $597. Antiwar.com reports heavy fighting Friday in and around the Artillery Academy near Aleppo continued into Saturday, with the Syrian Observatory for Human Rights confirming intense battles around the area, but exactly what the outcome of Saturday's fighting was remains uncertain, with conflicting reports. The rebel Jabhat Fatah al-Sham, formerly the Nusra Front, claimed to have won the battle and ended the siege of eastern Aleppo. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, however, suggested the fighting was continuing and that Hezbollah, which fights on the government side, insisted they'd won and the siege was still in place. Syria took the last road into Aleppo last month, and while Nusra claimed to have substantial supplies to resist the siege, they've launched major counteroffensives trying to reverse the losses. The Artillery Academy would, if taken by Nusra, significantly open the area for them, while also threatening to put government-held western Aleppo under a rebel siege. No matter who ends up winning this latest battle, however, it probably will not mean a practical end to the battle over Aleppo, which has raged through most of the war, turning what was once Syria's financial and industrial capital into a ruin of segmented district held by warring parties. For nearly 40 years, Robertson Robertson Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Robertson Robertson today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. UPI reports North Carolina Governor Pat McCrory said his state will petition the U.S. Supreme Court to intervene and reinstate a voter identification law that was struck down by the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals, which said the law discriminated against minorities. After overturning the North Carolina law, which requires voters to show a form of state-issued photo identification before voting and also cuts down the amount of time allowed for early voting, the Fourth Circuit also refused to stay its order pending an appeal to the Supreme Court. McCrory said the appeals court changing election law only months before the 2016 general election will cause confusion. The Fourth Circuit was one of several appeals courts that have struck down voter ID laws in the wake of a Supreme Court decision that eliminated a key provision of the 1965 Voting Rights Act, which required Southern states with a history of racial discrimination to pre-clear changes to election laws with the Justice Department. In the wake of that decision, several states have passed laws requiring voters to present state-issued IDs or passports in order to gain access to the ballot box. When you hear the word lobbyist, you probably think about greedy corporations, but not all lobbyists are the same. Some are fighting for the freedoms you hold dear. Liberty Lobby LLC is doing just that in New Hampshire, working hard to represent you, not some special interest group. You can help by going to libertylobby.xyz, where your contribution will give us the tools we need to ensure that your voice is heard. Visit libertylobby.xyz today to find out more. Reuters reports Chicago Police Superintendent Eddie Johnson said on Saturday that videos of the police shooting of a man last month indicate 3 officers may have violated the department's policies. Johnson told a news conference it was against departmental policy to fire at or into a moving car when the vehicle was the only potential use of force by a suspect, and police were taking a hard look at training and tactics following the shooting. Authorities on Friday released video that captured the moments before and after police shot at 18-year-old Paul O'Neill on July 28th, but not the shooting itself because the police officer's body camera was not recording. No firearms were found on O'Neill, who was shot in the back, according to police. Johnson was named in March to lead the department, which is facing accusations of racism and a federal investigation into its practices after the city waited more than a year to release video of a separate 2014 fatal shooting by officers. On Saturday, he said the ongoing investigation prevented him from discussing details about the O'Neill shooting. The video footage released on Friday shows 2 officers firing at a stolen car driven by O'Neill after it sped past them, the car crashing into a police car, and O'Neill running into a backyard where he was shot. It does not actually show the shooting. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.